Hello and welcome to the second game of this best of three that will decide which one of these two teams will be in the grand finals of the AMD Premier League. One of these teams will be in the grand finals, the other one will be playing in the third place decider. Both games are tomorrow. And Vici Gaming, Zenith, we have got one game advantage for Vici Gaming, who managed to take out the TI3 invitees in a pretty nice fashion. Not very dominant, but solid fashion, if I may say so. Zenith, they tried to win it with a IO and a Tusk. They already picked up the IO again. We're gonna see if they can force out a third game with that pickup. And of course, I'm not by myself. I'm joined here by Skim. Skim, welcome back.
And thanks for having me once more. And I'm not a stats man, but I can tell you, Wisp today, 100% losing streak. So let's see if Zenith can actually break the curse, or if they can just make it happen and actually win a game with Wisp. The draft so far seems rather familiar. If Vici Gaming pick up a Weaver right now, it's going to be definitely familiar. And to all the viewers out there, no, it is not Zenith with one game advantage, it's actually Vici Gaming. It was a mistake by the admin who hosted the lobby.
Yeah, you don't see that yet on the stream because there's an overlay,
okay.
But you can say that again when we are in the game. Good to know,
gotta
indeed.
do that.
Yeah, Visage still in the pool indeed, so familiars. Could be familiar there. We've got ourselves an OD Alknix Bat. And then a Wisp and a Dragonite picked up, and it's Vici that's taking their time here. We still have the Weaver in, Shadow Demon indeed, Visage, who got ignored completely in the previous game. And we'll see if Zenith is trying to change up their game plan here with the IO pick. I mean, it didn't work out in the previous game, and Vici Gaming, I mean, they showed that they know how to deal with that IO, so we'll see how Zenith tries to spice things up a bit, and they go with picking up the Darkseer first. Second, that is, of course, but first after the IO.
Well, this feels more like their usual draft. I mean, Zenith really likes to go for the early Darkseer pickup, just a secure pickup, which is not giving away too much information. They're really flexible with this hero as well, but usually it's XY on the offlane playing this hero, so again, yeah, I really think Zenith, they have to go back into their comfort zone, but of course when you mention comfort zone and Zenith, it's really a stretch, because Zenith, they just like to play this crazy stuff, and there's so many heroes that you don't expect them to pick up, and they do, like a Slark maybe, or Train. Well, Train is not that unusual, but yeah. Yeah,
Slarks, we've seen those before, for sure. It's gonna be waiting and seeing which one they have in store for us next. We of course saw a Bloodseeker as well before. For Zenith, that didn't actually work out, by the way, I believe. One of the times. Twice. I saw two Bloodseekers last week. Just saying.
From Zenith?
One from
or
Zenith
overall?
And one from, I don't know who it was, but someone else.
Yeah, I saw two of them as well. I think both won actually.
Dignitas, maybe.
Oh, then I saw another Bloodseeker game. What the? Huh.
Bloodseeker making it into the so-called meta game. But yeah.
Picked hero TI3.
Yeah. We've got some jungle heroes removed by Zenith, so both the Chen and Enchantress removed. Lifesteer was the one that Vici Gaming don't want to see again, and the Razor now banned as well. And Vici, of course, has the first pick. Visage is still in the pool. Can work okay together with the Shadow Demon, but I would like to see Alina, Leshrek, or Jakiro, just one of those standard heroes that works well together with the Shadow Demon. Better yet, I would like to see Jakiro, because then we have two dragons in the pool.
I also like to see Jakiro, but I prefer it on Zenith's side, because I just love to see Vacuum Ice Path combo.
That's true.
We've seen it from Orange in their best of 3, and it worked out really great. It's really nice to have that additional lockdown. And Ice Path, usually it's like, it's hard to hit, but if you have the Vacuum to get more and more people in it, it's a really nice spell. Crowd control as well. So I would love to see that. This time around, I hope to see a Darkseer wall. We haven't seen that in the last. Orange didn't use the Darkseer wall. Did you notice? They didn't use it at all throughout the whole game.
But they had it at level 2 at some point. Didn't they use it at least once?
No, they even had it at level 3. They didn't use it against the Tiny, which is kind of weird. But
huh,
yeah.
Awkward. Well, they didn't need it in the end.
Yeah,
Spoiler
they really
alert.
did. Still awkward.
Yeah, Vici Gaming, go for the Weaver though, taking their time for it as well. Not the first time that we see Weaver today, and not the last time that we'll see Weaver either. I mean, he is one of the stronger picks at the moment. Really good in terms of having a dual core lineup, a very movable hero, and one that you often forget. You focus on the big ass Dragonite, and Weaver is just gonna, you know, try to kill you off while you focus on the big ass tank Dragonite. But also still viable in different lineups. We could even see a Tricore coming off from Vici Gaming now, because Dragonite mid, Weaver on the offlane, and you're still left with the carry.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. I think it's a bit greedy lineup though.
Yeah.
And although then again they did run a really greedy lineup last game around as
They
well.
could
I
run
think,
the same thing again. I mean, Nature's
Yeah.
Prophet's still in the pool. And ZSMJ has
Exactly.
proven that he's like to play that one.
Exactly. So they could definitely do that, and I think it wouldn't be too bad if it works out again. If it works out, it definitely pays off. I mean, having 4 really greedy heroes and have them all farm up, it's going to be really rewarding in the late game. But Zenith, they have some late game for them as well. And yeah, Vici Gaming not going greedy. They pick up the Lina Shadowdin combo.
Nice. I like that. It's a bit old-fashioned, but it was time that lineup showed himself again. I called it old-fashioned while it's getting used all the time still, but it's lately people try to experiment so much with different supports and such that we don't really see this combination that often anymore. But it's a great combination to have. You got yourself a great roaming combination. You got yourself Disruption, followed by Light Strike Array, tons of burst damage and First Blood's materials. We do, however, have a Gyrocopter up on the side of Zenith, one of the more harder heroes to gank the Gyrocopter that is, purely because he can just turn on his Rocket Barrage and anybody that's standing next to him is going to be feeling pain. And of course the Aya will be there to get him out of there fast, etc. So we'll see if there is going to be an aggressive trial from either team. I would like to see it, but so far it's not looking likely yet. I mean,
In general,
oh, look.
another Tusk. Well, impressive. So yeah, it did work out for them. I mean, it's not the Tusk's fault that they lost last game.
That is very true.
So. And if anything, the Tusk kept them in the game by getting a few kills here and there. So definitely a good pickup. In general, Vici Gaming, I like that they picked up the Lina. It's a great counter towards the Wisp. Wisp is really easily killed. He's really squishy, and having that Laguna Blade, just focus on the Wisp and kill him off every time you engage in a team fight. And Vici Gaming pick up the Juggernaut, and this could definitely be an aggressive trial lane. Shadow Demon, Lina, Juggernaut, there's so much burst damage, and if they do find someone out of position, he's likely to be dead.
Yeah, one thing that is just noticeable though, I mean, Tusk is also pretty nice up against the Juggernaut. I mean, he might not take damage from the shards, but he will box him in. So offers another potential from for Vici Gaming. And of course, me and my Juggernaut is Blade Furying, because otherwise he would be taking damage from it. Zenith, thinking about the last pickup, they still miss a mid hero, I believe. And they would be going up against a Dragonite, so they can go for anything that they really like to have. We still have a Puck in the pool if they want to try to go for some more control-ish hero, but really up against a Dragonite you can put almost anything.
Yeah, I'm probably going to jinx it by saying that Zenith, I haven't really seen them play Puck that often. They really prefer to have the Queen of Pain or something else. Their mid player is most likely going to be Ice 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 this time around, although they switch it up quite a bit. So I haven't seen either Yamate. He really doesn't play Puck that often either. They even prefer the SF, which I think could work here as well. Run a semi-carry with the SF, and I think they really need to, because so far their physical damage output is kind of low.
Gyrocopter.
Yeah, only the Gyrocopter though.
Well, we'll see. They're taking their time though. They really are taking their time.
Yeah, and this is untypical for Zenith. I mean, they're usually one of the teams that just pick, ban, pick.
Yep, and they still have most bonus time left of both teams and intend to use it all. Maybe someone is to the toilet or something like that, and they just want to buy him some time. But there's still the Puck. So, that's their control, but not extra physical damage as you said. But it is a magical, really, again, mid-game though. Well, this time they have a bit more chance late game as well, in terms of team fight. But it's still up against a Dragonite and a Weaver and a Juggernaut. And in terms of carry potential, that Gyrocopter by himself is not gonna work. He needs more. Or he needs to get very far ahead.
Yeah, I agree. They really need to get a good early game, stable early game, and make some big, either play really aggressive mid game with the Gyrocopter or just get some good farm on him and let him outfarm the rest of it. Because as you mentioned, Vici Gaming, they did run a tri-core lineup basically now, and I think they have a lot of push potential as well. I mean, the Juggernaut Ward and the DK Ultimate, there's so much potential to just siege towers down with. So Vici Gaming, I think a really solid lineup, not too greedy, but also rather stable, and they can definitely fall back for the late game. But yeah, it's all about the team fight on Zenith side, looking on Puck, Darkseer, Gyrocopter.
You want to introduce Vici Gaming as first?
Sure. It's FY playing the Juggernaut, most likely heading towards that bottom lane with 2 supports, one of which is Fenrir on the Shadow Demon. ZSMJ playing the Lina. CTY, name himself AZ this time around, as the DK once more. And 2-2 once more also on the Weaver.
Yeah, and if we jump on to the Radiant side, we've got ourselves a gyrocopter played by Ice this game. The real Ice, or the other Ice, the only Ice, the one Ice, I don't know how they do that, is going to be playing the IO, so that's even more annoying because they'll stick together. That's cool. We're going to be having Yamate playing the puck this game. In mid lane it will be X-Spy on Darkseer, and then the last one is of course the Tusk, once again played by X-Freedom.
Yeah, and just a quick reminder, Zenith did not win game 1, it is actually Vici Gaming that is 1 game ahead.
Yes.
It's just, yeah, mistake in the lobby.
Wrong. Okay.
And it really, yeah, Vici Gaming is running that aggressive trial lane, as expected. XY will be solo up against that Weaver top lane. Should do quite well, I think. It's some sort of even matchup. It kind of relies on one player making a mistake or overextending. But in general, I think Darkseer versus Weaver is quite equal if he skips the creep wave. So,
if you would have to pick one of the teams right now based on their draft and their laning, which one would you favor?
I actually have to go with Vici Gaming at this point. I think their trial lane is is really strong. And they always have the Weaver and the DK to fall back on. I mean, the DK up against Puck should probably not win the lane, but he shouldn't lose it that bad either, I think. So, I think Vici Gaming's lineup, yeah, I think it's better.
I would agree with you, especially if they get a first blood here. In comes the Light Strike Array, Ice in a lot of trouble already. In comes the Rocket Barrage, the Tether, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. In comes the shards as well, try to help out, but it actually hurts Ice more than anything else. Another Light Strike Array comes in, that's another kill going the way of Vici Gaming. And X-Freedom won't be able to take care of the Lina anymore and gets forced back to his tower. Vici Gaming already 2-0 ahead before the creeps even reach to the mid lanes, to the river.
Yeah. So this trial lane already basically won. As long as Vici Gaming doesn't do something really stupid, they should easily win this trial lane now. They just got 2 very, very important kills. And have gold advantage. This is a flying courier. This is an extra set of wards. This is a lot of gold for the supports. So yeah,
yep.
Really nicely done. And this also shows that the amount of burst damage they can just dish out.
Yeah, and the moment that they catch out someone, doesn't matter who, that person will be in a lot of trouble. Freedom, when he is level 2, he will be able to go for a snowball and he should be able to get away, probably. Of course, you have to tether to try and help someone, but it's not guaranteed, as we just saw. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of damage going through, and Vici Gaming already looking solid here on the mid lane. In the meantime, or in the bottom lane. In the meantime, in the mid lane, CTY 4-for-1. Yamate sitting on 3-1, very even in last hits. Harassment is a little bit more in favor in terms of Zenith, because of course he hasn't used mana to harass. Still has 2 bottle charges, but we just have CTY also being brought a new bottle, and we'll just use all the charges and send the courier back again. And on the top lane, XY is creep skipping, or tower skipping the creeps rather. And will not miss a single last hit. And will also be able to get some last hits in the jungle, forcing 2-2 to last hit under his tower. He did get a bunch of regens though, he did get 6 tangos. Should be able to stay alive for now, at least until that Darkseer tries to rotate more under the tower. Wait a second, disruption? No, never mind. Just...
But yeah, Zenith, they really have to be careful because, I mean, they're playing a bit aggressive but yeah, in general, Zenith, I think they're the ones that can easily get killed on this bottom lane. I think they have to rely on Vici Gaming to make mistakes to get a kill in return, but Vici Gaming, again, FY will have his phase boots very soon, and then once those are up, it's going to be... I think they want to make a move once those phase boots are up.
Yeah.
Pace is now on Freedom, snatching away the rune for the DK. Who's bottle crowing, by the way, or yeah, he's going to bottle crow next time around. He really needs it because he can only farm with the not dual breath, but breathe fire. And Puck doing quite a good job here, zoning him out or at least harassing him.
Yeah, and this trail lane, I mean, of course they had the first couple of kills, which was great, but now they're actually not as aggressive anymore. And be that because Zenith's positioning is just better. Never mind, I just said that, and then in comes Ice, and he just gets himself caught out, tethers himself away to Ice. It will not survive though. Shadow Demon with the last hit. That's gonna be the difference of being Level 1 or level 2?
Yeah, it's really, it just tells a story, and I think Vici Gaming.
1.
Yeah, he was still level 2. Yeah. Anyway, Vici Gaming, I think they feel very content just farming down here. Just getting away with getting all the farm. I mean, looking at Ice, he's only sitting at the 4 last hit, so he's not having a good time. And if Vici Gaming can snatch the occasional kill here and there, like they just did, yeah, they're going to feel very happy with this. And they're now pushing even in, so might even go for a dive right now.
Let's see if they want to. Looking for a disruption. Do you want to have the follow-up with the disruption?
Oh, top lane XY.
Well?
He's looking...
Surge, 2-2. Does have another Gemini attack up. Might be able to get the kill here. No, not just yet. That shield really helping XY right now. Doesn't have any extra regen, so we'll be going back to base, but still, no kill going the way of Vici Gaming on the top lane yet. Still have the mid lane going the way of Zenith though. I mean, right now if you're thinking, okay, bottom lane is going the way of Vici Gaming, we have the Juggernaut sitting on 18-4, Ice sitting on 9-1, and of course he died once. Who is going to be buying the time for Zenith to get back in the game? Is that going to be the Puck? Is he going to be able to be ahead enough on the Dragonite to be able to do that? I think he needs a kill for that one, and that's a tough thing to do because Dragonite is not someone that dies very easily. And actually Yamate is the one that gets harassed quite a lot actually. Right, the disruption. Yeah, this time Ice no light strike array though, but still taking a ton of damage. Goes for the rocket barrage, but he's forced to fly away. And I think this is a bit of a last resort escape path, but Fenrir gets a killing spree out of that one, takes the last hit, and down goes the carry of Zenith. Again, yeah, and this is not looking good for Zenith. And you mentioned who is going to make the space for them. Yamate, as you mentioned, probably has to rotate, but is he actually going to rotate that effectively, to be honest? Not so sure. Actually, FY might die here. Nah, he's safe. He's safe. He's safe. Not enough harassment, and they didn't want to force anything out. I believe he had mana for the Blade Fury, so didn't want to be standing in the middle of that one. But yeah, there something needs to change, and be that waiting without dying until Puck is indeed level 6, which he is, and gets a good rune and then goes for a gank, or is it you know, going the way of Vici Gaming and they can be aggressive here. We do have a rotation from supports actually. Smoke up for ZSMJ as well as Fenrir, and they are looking for Puck perhaps.
This is a really nice movement coming out from them. They just have the upper hand. Oh, Task, they might just kill him.
Oh no, Ice is the one. Oh, stick charges keeps him up, and now FY has to go away. Rocket Barrage might be able to get a kill here. They're diving the tower for it, but they're not gonna get it. He still had 8 stick charges as well. In the meantime, we have got Lina going for a pickup. It is Tusk that dies. And Lina that dies with him. Yamate the one to actually get the first kill of the game for Zenith. He's still getting chased down though. The Breathe Fire will be there as well, but there's nothing more there to help him out. Dragon Form being used for that engagement, and let's just fight all around, realizing that supports were gone. But of course support's gone for a reason, and that's why there was another fight as well. Right. Oh, FY, why did you come back?
He wanted to get a kill. He got really greedy.
He got really greedy. He wasn't even level 6 yet. I thought, or he could have used his stick charger before going in. That would be nice.
Yeah, but even then he would have died probably.
No, then he could have put a healing ward up.
That's true. That's true. That kind of felt weird, to say the least. But yeah. Zenith coming back into this game, Puck getting a kill was really important. Them getting a kill on Juggernaut now was really important, and only losing the Tusk in return. So Zenith definitely making a comeback, but they need more than this. I think Puck really needs some rotation to the mid lane. Freedom doesn't need to die here. Oh.
Yeah, in comes a snowball. Trying to help out, but not enough. Tusk goes down. No extra levels for him in the mid lane, which is of course the reason why he came next to protecting his Puck.
Top lane, Fenrir is going to spot out XY.
XY still has a surge. He's getting chased down by Tutu. In comes the Soul Catcher. In comes ZSMJ. Disruption. Light Striker Ray to follow it up. And that's going to be a kill. Nicely done. Tutu with the last hit with the Shikushi. And Vici Gaming, they're keeping the pressure off. And successfully so. They're leaving FY by himself though.
Yeah, but he can manage himself. Looking at this, nobody's actually trying to contest with him. And in general, I really like this rotation coming out from Vici Gaming. And oh, FY, can he actually get a kill on Ice here? Nah.
He's looking
He
for
does
it.
have his ultimate up though.
Yeah, too many creeps around for now. He hasn't got any support either. There's 4 heroes of Zenith in their jungle. Counting Yamate there as well, who goes for the rune.
Finds himself a haze. This is really nice to go gank with if he chooses to go for it, but he's probably going to wait until he has farmed up his blink.
Yeah.
If anything, he's going to gank his mid lane, but Freedom is here soaking up a lot of XP. I think they really need a level 6 on him as well. Just the additional amount of burst he can dish out with that Walrus Punch, it's really nice to have.
Yep.
Yeah. The movement from Vici Gaming, I feel, is a lot better. The rotation that's coming out, it's a lot smoother. Zenith, they're just trying to protect the safe lane, whereas Vici Gaming, they're playing really aggressive right now. And even Lena's now lying in, waiting on this middle lane, trying to... Well, I guess she's expecting a gank on DK, and it's about time to actually gank him, but nobody's here.
Oh, FY surged himself away. Fenrir was looking for a disruption though, but can't get it done anymore. Yeah, I mean, ZSMJ with the lead in the mid lane, I would like him to see a bit more towards the lane so that he actually might be getting a level 6 there. As it's actually Puck that rotates top, so leaving Freedom here by himself. I think they saw the TP though with that ward in the mid lane, so they should be expecting Puck somewhere else. Of course, the tier 1 tower is the first one to go down already, was down on the top lane, so some extra space for Zenith to go and farm, go and try and get some kills. Though they don't really have any map coverage. They have got their own jungle covered, but that's about it.
Top lane, they're looking for Fenrir.
Yeah.
They know where he is, but can Yamate actually get
There
in
goes
range?
the haste rune. Can't find anybody though. Yet
Might
find
go
a
for the
courier
courier.
perhaps. Ooh, hello.
Too
Nope.
bad.
Courier also being hasted up. Maybe they can go for Lena here. ZSMJ on the sidelines. The Restman comes in. Dreamcoil as well. In comes CTY looking for a Dragon Tail. Finds it up an XY underneath the tower as well. Light Strike Ray comes in. In comes the shards and the ice ball. One already dead. Looking for CTY. Nice disruption from Fenrir. Saving his carry for now. In comes the Juggernaut. He has got his Omni Slash as well. Is looking to use it most likely. If he can find Ice's Ice. Now being silenced. Yamate getting ahead first and orbs himself towards the high ground. Nicely done. Nice damage control. Oh, there's still an Omni Slash up in FY. He really doesn't want to use it. He has got the ball though. And he actually might be able to get the kill. The Omni Slash will still be there. But the creeps were around. Vacuum is there as well. And FY is the one to die. That's overextension for you. And that's going to be making this trade even more favorable for Zenith than it was before.
Yeah,
And they will lose their tier 1 tower. But
Ice survived on 9 HP because he used the last stick charge he had left, and that was really clutch. The urn charge was ticking and ticking, and I was counting and counting. But no, he survived. Overall, good trade for them. I mean, they lost the tower, but they got a kill on Lena and the Juggernaut, so...
And they got a lot of TPs as well.
Exactly, so favorable trade as you mentioned, and finally some rotation out from Zenith. I really was missing that, but this time around even Ice rotated in, and Puck actually opted to go for Treads first instead of saving up for the raw blink.
You just want to have that extra survivability. Of course, they have the peace and quiet to know that FY actually doesn't have his Omni Slash right now for another while, and that will be good for them. He is going, of course, for drums, phase drums. Wants to be aggressive very early on, and no surprise there because Zenith lineup looks to be very aggressive early on as well. In terms of net worth, it is actually the Dragon Knight that is ahead of everybody else. It is him that also that's building towards the BKB, no surprise there, but he's quite a bit ahead. The highest for Zenith is actually still Darkseer. XY, of course, was free farming on the top lane. Wants to go for a mechanism, but not quite there just yet. They are looking to try and defend their bottom tier 1 tower. And that's gonna be tough. In comes the ball, down goes Fenrir already, that's one down, should be down. Disruption still on him, he keeps himself up for a little while longer. In comes the call down, Vacuum is there, and that's gonna be Puck with the orb, with the Dream Coil. There's 2 supports on the sideline for 1 support for Zenith. Nicely done by Zenith. Are they gonna try to find more is the question. XY rather, still goes down there to the Weaver. 2-2 though. Shards flying, get him in there as well, and the damage is not enough, and they get Ice in return. 2-2 with the double kill. Can he make it a triple? No, he cannot. Everybody already backing out. 2 heroes left alive for Zenith. And in the end, Vici Gaming this time getting ahead, taking a tower, taking the fight, looking good.
Yeah, I mean Zenith, they should have just retreated, to be honest. They got 2 kills for 1 support, I think, at the beginning, and now they lost the Darkseer, the Gyrocopter, and the Tusker as well. So basically losing 4 heroes only for 2 supports. Not at all worth it. They're going to lose its 2nd tower out of this one, and a lot of map control goes along with that. So Vici Gaming taking the lead once more. Looking at the gold draft, they're 3k ahead, going to be 5k soon, or 4k.
Shards still looking ice. Can they find a kill? In comes the ice ball. Doesn't reach the hero though. Freedom still around there with the punch, looking for a target. Can't find it though. There goes the tether. There's a punch. Keeps Dragonite in that place for a little while longer. Disruption keeps him safe. In comes a cooldown. Nice shards again. Dragon Tail, XY, trouble. Mechanism already used. Laguna Blade there as well. But it's Ice that drops together with XY's Darkseer. The normal Ice gets Omni Slash because Juggernaut could. It wasn't really needed, but he did it anyway. And Yamate the only one that gets away alive. They just had a 4-for-0 exchange. Can't really call them an exchange. They just got killed off. And actually Yamate is not yet out of the woods. There is another disruption if they want to go for it. Looking for an Orb or phase shift. Here comes a disruption first, Soul Catcher as well, and that should be another kill. That's a team wipe.
It's a complete team wipe, and it's a disaster for Zenith. I mean, they were looking not too bad like 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago it was actually quite equal, and now it's just Zenith giving away too much. They just gave away 9 kills in total over the span of 2 minutes, and they're probably not even going to get this. Actually, they do.
Nice, nice punch, nice cooldown, nice kill. Good that they needed that kill so bad. And of course the punch really interrupting the TP Blade Fury out. Really nice thing to have. Goldgraph though, I mean with the last 2 fights, Vici Gaming, rather than just being slightly ahead constantly, they are now ahead almost 8k gold. Experience Graph of course also going their way. 2-2, running himself away from the crime scene, and he gets himself out safe. Tower difference is not that big just yet. I mean, it's basically only 2 towers. But it is 2 towers, and right now Zenith is not looking in any shape to really try and take down any towers of their own.
Yeah, and it's the 2 most crucial towers on, or well, 2 of the most crucial towers on the Radiant side. Zenith almost completely lost control of their own jungle, which is really important because they're behind in farm, and generally you want to farm up in your jungle with Ice has eyes. He can't really feel too safe down here. Farming on this bottom lane where there's still a T1 tower, farming in his own jungle where he doesn't have any vision whatsoever. If Vici Gaming plays as aggressive as they have been so far, Ice has eyes not going to have a decent time farming. And yeah, he TP's out already.
Yeah, in the meantime, CTY, can he get something? Nope. He gets the tower though, that's nice. Should be getting the tower at least. His BKB is ready, of course. 10-second BKB. He hasn't died yet the entire game, but then again, neither has Tutu, who's been in a lot more kills than CTY. He's been in 10 out of the 17. And they're just looking for a fight right now. I don't blame them. They're missing their Juggernaut though. In comes Ice Shards. They actually don't hit anybody. It looks like Zenith doesn't want to fight after all, even though they gathered up everybody there. Oh, Ice, does he show himself? Nope, he did not, I believe.
He would have been dead quite easily. Demonic Purge slows him down just completely.
Here comes FY though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 1 Omni Slash is all it takes for 1 IO, but the silence is there first. Yamate MVP. And he goes back towards his team, who hasn't backed off yet. Still looking for that tier 2 tower. Here comes the Shards this time. They hit. CTY feeling pretty ballsy.
And Vici, they can just do it all day. They still have the healing ward up if they want to. Yeah, there it is. And with the creep wave now coming in, shouldn't be too hard. Also, other lanes are pushing out as well. Not too significantly, but still. So, Vici Gaming just want to siege down this tower.
Nice counter push coming up from Zenith though. I mean, with those shards and with the orb, there's no creep left for Vici Gaming to push in with.
Yeah, and they actually disengage. Probably the better choice anyway.
Yes. Of course, I mean, as you said, they don't really lose anything with it. Their lanes were pushing out. They waste some time of Zenith. They can't farm either, so that's good for Vici Gaming. The question is, what are they going to do now? Because they actually smoked up, but where are they going to go? If they want to try and find someone, they have to go past enemy lines. Unless, of course, Zenith makes a big judgment error. But actually, Zenith goes for smoke themselves.
Oh.
Smoke upon smoke. But Zenith, they go into their own jungle. Wow.
What? Are they going Roche?
Maybe. Yeah.
They're
Apparently.
going Roche?
Maybe they were thinking that Roche was being done.
yeah, they can't really go Roche and lose a tier 2 tower without contestation.
They should realize now that everybody is middle.
Yeah.
They come in from behind. Find Fenrir first, but the disruption will be there. In comes the BKB from CTY. Vacuum in there as well. Shouldn't even is the first one to go down. Dark Duo gets put up. And that's going to be a gyrocopter on the floor. 2-2 as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade. A buyback for 2-2. Buyback for Fenrir. XY in trouble. 4 people dead on the side of Zenith. The buybacks helping out 2-2. Time-lapsing himself back after the buyback, I believe. And otherwise, the tier 1 tower is, of course, still standing on the side of Vici Gaming. So everybody can be back in the fight in no time. And Vici Gaming looking good. It's 9-21 on the kill score. They have the late game, but apparently also the mid game in their pocket. And with this, who's gonna stop them now?
I actually don't have an answer for you. I was about to say that Zenith, oh, this teamfight looks actually quite decent, but then somehow they just turned around. The DK basically took no damage during all of this, because he had BKB up and nobody really deals any sort of physical damage. And I think they just, even the lockdown from Puck is not enough to keep any of the Vici Gaming heroes really, well, locked down. The Weaver might have died, but still, he could just come back in. And in the meantime, all of this, DK just dealt so much damage, and yeah, Zenith, it's looking really grim for them, and I gotta say, maybe avoid these team fights, which sounds crazy because if you look at Zenith lineup, they're really a team fight kind of lineup, but at this point they have to go for pickoffs and can't really afford to 5v4.
It's kind of interesting because, I mean, really? I mean, I was one of the people that looked at the bracket and thought, oh, Orange Zenith in the finals, that's gonna be nice. But Vici Gaming on the way to defending, to killing off their second TI3 invited team in this tournament, as they're looking for a pickup right here. Double damage rune up on the Dragon Knight, not to be messed with. Needs only one Dragon Tail. Ooh, that was a very awkward BKB usage.
Yeah, they're just going to, oh, I don't know, probably just didn't want them to engage, but even if they had engaged on this BKB, on this stunned up Dragon Knight, I doubt they could have actually killed him. Either way, Vici Gaming is now going for Roche. I doubt that Zenith can actually contest this. They do have all their spells up, and actually they're going.
They have to.
This is, yeah, they have to, I guess, but this is going to be the deciding fight, and whoever, if Zenith loses this, I think they have to call the GG. Or at least they're really close to losing everything, because Glyph is down, so if they lose this fight, Dragon Knight is just going to waltz into the base. Cooldown
already coming down. Let's see what they can do. Nice vacuum there as well. Fenrir again, the first one to die. Laguna Blade not really doing too much, and Weaver actually going down by the Roshan. FY in a lot of trouble, and this is Zenith actually taking it back. Can they finally take down FY as well? No, they cannot. He TPs himself out. Relocate gets the Weaver back to where he came from. Yeah. Lina will be able to get away. Tier 1 tower finally drops. Still got the Dragon Knight around there, but no detection for Zenith.
I take everything back I ever said. Zenith, really nice engagement there. The Puck initiation, the call down as well.
They had a bit of luck though. That Weaver death.
With the Roshan. Yeah, with the Roche, that was lucky. I think he was also bashed by Roshan, because otherwise he would have used Timelapse, of course. But in the end, good fight for them. They got the Roshan kill and the Aegis, so a lot of gold going their way. And of course, having the Aegis now on Yamate is really important, because he's quite squishy, and now he can just jump in really aggressively and initiate like he did before without having to worry about consequences. And this is also a bit of space and time for them to farm up, especially on Ice, who is very close to his BKB, in fact.
Yeah, but that raises up the same question again. Where is he gonna get his damage from? When is he gonna get his damage? Because as you said, they need some physical damage, because otherwise that Dragon Knight is gonna sit in his BKB and just be a happy guy and just hit everybody, and everybody dies. I mean, he's still level 13 right now, but soon level 16, and then he has his Ice Dragon, and it's not gonna get any easier. He hasn't died yet a single time this game.
Yeah, he's just too freaking tanky.
Yeah.
And now with the Shadow Blade, his damage output is even higher and faster, and he might even be able to get a few pickoffs just by himself. I mean, Wisp is rather squishy, and if he's getting caught off guard, Dragon Knight can definitely kill him. It also puts Zenith in a position where they have to pick up at least sentries, if not maybe actually they have a gem. Is it? Ah, it's Freedoms. Oh yeah, they picked up the gem, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
But it's also nice for it's also nice for map control. Look at the map currently. There's like 6 wards in total. Only 1 from Dire.
Yeah, I like it. I would like to see some relocates as well, although I don't really know with what, but just ones that are ganky rather than anything else. But it's gonna be tough. Oh, Ice might be in some trouble here. In comes the Dragon Knight, goes for the Dragon Form inside the Shadow Blade, looking for Ice. Can he find him? Cooldown comes down. There's a Dragon Tail, maybe? Yeah, and that's a kill. No surprise there, out of position completely. Maybe they can take a kill in return though. Freedom. Feeling ballsy today. Went for the ball lightning. Oh wow, I didn't even make that. I didn't even make that pun by myself, like intentionally.
Oh well, I have to question
Wow.
Ice's motive to be there, really. I mean, they didn't have any vision over the Dire heroes, so they were bound to be somewhere.
Yeah, and since they have, I mean, you just pointed out the wards. Since they have wards around the Roche pit, you would know, like, okay, they're probably not in my jungle. So then they are in their jungle.
Yeah, this is, and Freedom walking in there as well also felt kind of iffy, to say the least. So Zenith, they just kind of gave away 2 freebies and the tier 2 tower that went along with it. So
Yeah, here comes the shards.
questionable to say the least.
Anybody? Yeah, Vici already backs off. I mean, they took some damage to the tier 3 tower. Don't force out anything else. And it's Vici that just completely backs off.
Yeah, I really like their decision making overall. Just playing rather safe and secure, not overextending. Zenith, they have overextended quite a bit and they're now chasing even.
Maybe they can take down CTY. Vacuum back in there. Rocket Barrage as well. He won't be able to stay alive through this one. And he'll end up dropping to Yamate. In comes the ball, looking for the next one. 2-2, punched. 2-2, puts his BKB on. Can he get away? He still has a time lapse, used it. Tries to TP himself out. Where's another punch? Need another punch? No punch. Punch cooldown.
Even the neutral creeps were trying to help with the kill, but
Didn't work
no
out.
kill. But they did force out a BKB charge, so that's quite nice. He just freshly purchased his BKB and he's down to 8 seconds already. So that's nice to have. In general though, Zenith still struggled to get a few crucial items up. Yamate looking at that Scythe of Vice. BKB very close to being finished on Ice, and well, Darkseer, what's he going for next? He just bought some utility items as the Ghost Scepter. Good item to have for him, but I think he really needs something else. Maybe go for the Blink. I really would love to see that actually. An additional way of initiating.
Yep. Initiating is always good. Well, Darkseer actually has enough money for it, so we'll see what he ends up going for. In the meantime, Vici Gaming, they're still having some control. They are actually farming out the Radiant jungle at the moment. More Shadow Blades also, as the Yasha starting to be built in the Juggernaut. But the Shadow Blades, I mean, okay, there's already a gem up on the side of Zenith. And even if there wasn't, you've already got a Shadow Blade up on the Dragon Knight. You've got yourself a Weaver on your team. So you're basically encouraging your enemy team to buy gems. Which is really surprising that the Shadow Demon or the Juggernaut still went for that so late.
Kinda, yeah, but he had I think the Shadow Amulet quite early on. I think he switched to something else in the meantime, but I'm not sure. Either way, the Shadow Blade is not only for escaping and
no, it's more for initiating than for
exactly,
anything else.
And for pickoffs as well. And Puck is the only one who has actually Invis Detection. The other ones don't have dust or gem or dust or sentries at all. So if they do find someone out of position and Puck is not around, it's an easy kill. So it's annoying to say the least to play against mass Shadow Blades or mass Invisible. So it's not too bad. And of course, I think Juggernaut and Shadow Blade is quite a good pickup. Just a decent amount of attack speed and damage for him as well.
It looks like Vici doesn't want to make this game all too much longer. They are actually together again. Taking out the Radiant jungle again. But this time might be looking to push in mid lane.
Yeah, and I think they should. They've given away a few freebies themselves. I mean, DK standing around at the river there, getting picked off. Did give away a bit of space and time for the enemies to farm up. BKB is finished up on Ice. Looking at the Scythe of Ice. Well, Yamate is quite a bit off, still 1k gold. So overall, still Vici Gaming should probably force the issue at some point in the next 10 minutes, I would say. So maybe they're waiting for the next Roche.
It could be. It's only, well, it is still 3 minutes away actually. I say only, but yeah, it's quite a while away. We'll see. It looks like you might be right though. In the meantime, Yamate is back to farming since he realized that everybody of Vici Gaming was back inside their own jungle because he saw them with the wars that they have. And of course, as you said, he is close to his hex, so he probably doesn't want to fight until he has it. And that will mean that Zenith will also keep a low profile until that actually happens, but we'll find out. We've got ourselves the Tusk, who has really, I mean, we saw Tusk in a previous game, and even though Zenith lost that game, obviously, that Tusk was still doing really well. This Tusk not doing as well as the previous Tusk.
Yeah, he's really been struggling because he's really easily picked off. And, they actually, I don't want to say focus him, but they just put a lot of pressure on him as well. And I mean, as a Tusk, you kind of suicidally go in when you snowball, so you're being easy or be one of the first targets to fall down. So definitely not having a good time, but he's still a good hero to have around. The Ice Shots is really good spell to have in terms of map, or not map control, but crowd control. So in combination with the vacuum and call down, it's actually proven to be really important, and they might go for another kill down here.
Zen
Just
rotating with 5 people bottom. They might be looking to take down some extra towers to get some more core gold up. They have to be careful though that they don't force out a 5-on-5 team fight, because I'm not sure that they will be happy with that. But they are preparing for it. We'll see if they can take the tower before Vici decides to really fight back. In the meantime, also Vici is pushing on the top lane. So if this undecisiveness continues for a while longer, they'll have to TP back. And they'll have to defend their tier 3, which is exactly what happened. So TP back and defend the tier 3, and tier 2 no longer under siege.
Yeah, awkwardly enough, this is actually, I don't want to say good trade, but this is something that Zenith just has to do. Just keep Vici Gaming moving and not let them group up like they did. Just keep them moving like this, and well, now that I say that, they're actually grouping up bottom. But still, good, getting some good farm on Puck now. He's really close to his Scythe of Ice, and I think as soon as they have it, they're going to fight. Because also Zenith is on a clock. I mean, they are getting some farm here and there, but overall Vici Gaming is just farming more efficiently because they're not farming with 5 heroes at once, rather farming all over the place.
Yeah, we've got this Lina, by the way, ZSMJ, super farmed. He's got himself and a Blink and a Force Staff. Looking really good for a support, but then again, we knew that he was going to be this kind of support, the support that takes farm and finds farm. He has been in 18 kills out of the 23, so a very high involvement rate as well. As now the Scythe of Ice is actually ready up on the other side. Yamate has got that one, and will be looking to use it maybe in ganks, but perhaps it is indeed better just to wait until Vici Gaming decides to try and go for Roshan, who is up again, and just fight there. Because, yeah, I mean, the last Roshan fight went pretty good for them.
It did, but I think Vici Gaming is going to be better prepared at this one. Oh, speaking of which, CTY.
Turns on his BKB. And with that knowledge, Zenith, they back out, knowing that the BKB will be on cooldown for a while. I mean, that was a 8-second BKB. Not to mess with. Vici Gaming going Roshan still. Zenith,
this is the second time this has happened. The last Roshan engagement, he used his BKB in the enemy jungle right here, and he didn't have it up in the next fight, so he was really not squishy, but he was easily bursted down at least. He didn't die, but still. Oh, yeah, Zenith, they're going in now. Yeah,
in comes the call down already. Rocket Barrage. Flat Cannon, is it enough? Actually, Ice Ice taking quite a bit of damage there and might actually go down. Is forced away already. In the meantime, Freedom tries to do what he can, but will be the one to die. Should be the one to die. Nobody there is Freedom dead. If we follow Xpire though, because he's getting chased down by 2-2. Everybody getting chased by everybody. Gyrocopter still gets taken down by the Juggernaut. We saw the start of that chase already. We see the Darkseer going down to the Weaver. And we see that CTY looking for a new pickup. But this is 3 heroes taken down by Vici Gaming. And it is a Roshan that goes their way then because of it. And of course, I mean, this was like the most awful Delta split. Like, it was a bit of a Delta split from Zenith, but everybody got chased down, and everybody that chased someone down got the kill on that person.
Yeah, an even better Delta split coming out from Vici Gaming, in fact, avoiding the damage from the call down completely. And I mean, as you mentioned, they Zenith kind of spread, so they couldn't really chain their spells properly. Darkseer had actually a really good vacuum wall and combined it with the ice shards from the Tusker, but there was no follow-up. Usually you want a call down on that, you want the Dream Call from the park, you want Silence, you want something like that, but there was no follow-up, and so yeah, as you mentioned, everyone died all over the place.
It was a kind of sad engagement from Zenith. They're not out of the woods yet, or at least it's not over for them yet, because of course they still have all the Rex, and the question is, when is Vici Gaming gonna try to deliver the finishing blow? Are they gonna wait until they find someone to pick off and then build on from there, or are they actually just looking to do the normal thing, like push out all the lanes, and when the lanes are in the right alignment, and just go in on the lane where they want to, which is probably top, because they already took down half the tier 3 there.
Yeah, Vici, I think they have a lot of options right now, because looking at the golden experience advantage, they're 14k in terms of experience ahead, 12k in terms of gold. They're so ahead. I think it's going to be really hard to not make the right decision. At this point, either decision they do make, it's going to be not that wrong, because they can push in every lane, they can group up, they can go for pickoffs right now, and Zenith, they can only answer to this. I think, yeah, Zenith is now going to push down the middle lane, but in the meantime, Vici Gaming, they're split pushing the top lane, assembling a few heroes bottom, and I think this is a sufficient amount of counter push for them.
Oh, let's see if they can do it. Top lane is already being stopped with the counter push, so that's good news for Zenith. But still, the longer they're hanging around here, the earlier they're gonna get forced back. And they're already actually backing off. So that's wasting a little bit of time. At the same time, they're also wasting time, of course, for Vici Gaming, but Vici, they didn't use 4 heroes to take it down, so didn't even use 5. They used 3. And of course, it was Zenith that used 5 heroes there on the bottom lane to force 3 heroes there. That's not really worth it.
Exactly, and yeah, as Vici Gaming just doing a good job in general, just farming all over the place, farming on every lane possible, farming in the jungle, in the enemy jungle, and it's only the 2 supports that actually stick together, which makes a lot of sense, because if you get picked off, you can, well, each of the supports is dead once they get picked off. Yeah. But in general, just making really good usage of all the farm they can get.
Well, I want to say,
trying to do the same.
Yeah, because on the other side, it supports of Vici Gaming. I mean, definitely did ZSMJ pick up more farm than Fenrir did. Fenrir doesn't have his 4 staff yet, still, or is it in the courier right now? No, it's not. It's just a staff of wizardry. We do have a Mjolnir ready and a BKB though. FY, rich son of a bitch. Well, that's just his BKB. Mjolnir almost ready for the Dragon Knight.
It is. It's on his courier.
Oh yeah, the high percent was his as well, obviously.
Yeah. So, this game kind of, the pace has kind of been taken out of it.
Yep.
Vici Gaming, they feel rather safe. They do not want to. I think they want to play it rather cautious.
This would be an upset. Well, it would be an upset in terms of ranking. Though we know Vici Gaming has been playing really well lately, so it's not that big of an upset, but it would still be an upset. And they would just want a 2-0. They want to say, you know what, we 2-0'd Zenith.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still something, yeah, upset-like. I mean, as you mentioned, Zenith and who was it again? They beat before. Oh god, I'm blanking out right now. They beat 2
MUFC?
Tier 3 invitees. Yeah, MUFC, exactly. They beat 2 Tier 3 invitees, so that's definitely something, and it definitely is a morale boost for Vici Gaming in general, just to keep on going after Tier 3, because we've seen a lot of shuffles last year at all.
ZSMJ! Wrong place, wrong time, slightly overextending, but maybe this is exactly what Vici Gaming needed. Nope. No overextension from Zenith. The moment that they realized something was wrong, they back out. Still have this Wisp, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Dragon, looking for the Dragon tail. Can he find it, is the question? Yes, he can. Is there enough damage? No, there is not. He backs off. Okay.
Yeah, was saving him a bit of time.
Never mind. One more hit needed. Doesn't get it. It is instead the Puck that dies, which is a bigger and better prey. Freedom goes down as well. This Dragon is just reaping havoc right now. Looking for the next pickup. XY will be able to run away. Although CTY not accepting that for now. I mean, they don't have the lanes pushed out. But that was just a free Puck kill because the Wisp was in danger and Yamate tried to save it. Puck does buy back. Nice cooldown coming in actually for the Gyrocopter. Ice. Getting a nice amount of damage done up on FY and Tutu. And the buyback actually forced Vici Gaming back. So they don't want to be going in again.
I'm surprised Tutu just didn't take the damage and dropped his Aegis. It should be reclaimed in about 30 seconds. I think he should have just dropped it right now. This way, oh well, they do have the Juggernaut healing mode, so ignore everything I just said. I was about to say that he has to heal up now again, but of course the healing ward makes up for that.
Yeah, I'm expecting Ice Ice Ice, by the way, to go for Divine Rapier. Desperation Rapier?
He has to. He has to. And I think he knows it as well, which is why he hasn't spent his money just yet. Well, he has a Demon Edge, but still 2.7k gold, so he's saving up for... He has to buy a Rapier at this point.
And the question is he gonna get it in time? Vici Gaming, are they gonna wait for another Roshan? Really? That wouldn't be fun. 3k gold in his inventory now. He's quite close, actually. We do have a hex up on X-Spy there, so 2 hexes now up on Zenith. With also, of course, one on the puck. Yamate was forced to buy back, no longer having any gold. Next fight is going to be extra tough for him because, of course, no buyback means you should play it extra safe. FY, what you doing there, buddy? Wow, he wanted to go for an Omnislash, realized there were a little bit too much people around. Decided not to go in. Maybe, though, Zenith is looking for a comeback. In comes a Homo Missile, but he already is back. He ran. And smoke up for Vici. They know that there's people in the jungle.
This could become a very terrible trade for Zenith. Yeah, they're just TPing out. They have to.
Smart choice. They revealed that position. They know that there's a lot of people missing from the map.
Well, Ice is not TPing. He's giving away a free kill.
Yeah. Demonic Purge there. And that's gonna be one dead IO. Boom. Not even anything else needed but the Demonic Purge. And the Soul
I'm not sure why he just didn't... Yeah, I'm not sure why he just didn't TP out. This way, it's
maybe
just a free kill.
Have one? He did have one. Weird.
He did have one. Maybe it wasn't cooldown and this is just the old TP.
Could be.
Cooldown bug.
We have the Gyrocopter with the Rapier though.
Oh, finally. He really needs it.
Yes. The question is, can he get the Aegis? Because that's what he needs right now. His BKB is down to 9 seconds, which is still very respectable, so that's good. But can he actually live? Because this dragon is hurting him quite a bit every time he attacks. He's got himself a Crystallis with a Mjolnir, and he just hurts like hell.
He really does. He really, really does. And he's been playing really aggressive in this game. Just diving into the base and diving to a tier 4 tower, actually. Just to get a few kills off. This DK, he's really not afraid of anything. And he shouldn't be. Why? Why should he? He's super tanky.
He only died once this game. He's not going in just yet, though. They don't know that the Rapier is there. And this is... Zenith is now having the 5 protect 1 strat again. Because they need Ice 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 to stay alive. If he doesn't, it's over.
Yeah. If they drop the Rapier and give it to any of Vici's carries, it's over. I would love to see it on ZSMJ. Just with the Fury Soul.
Okay, fair enough. Needs an inventory slot first. ZSMJ might be able to buy his own soon, the way he is farming. I mean, his net worth is doing pretty okay for a support. He is actually 4k higher than his fellow supporty Shadow Demon.
Yeah, and he's probably just going for the Scythe of Ice, which is really still a good item for a support leader to have at this point. Especially if you consider... Oh, there it is,
Up,
FY.
relocate us. Well, FY will be finding the Rapier, the Gyrocopter first-hand. The disruption will still be there. Vacuum. And Fenrir is already out, but that's still a kill. In comes ZSMJ. Gets forced back. Nice dream call. Fenrir in some trouble. Fenrir dead. Can they take down the Lina as well? Yes, they can. BKB turned on just in time. Triple kill for Ice Ice Ice. Gem on the floor. Tutu not able to pick it up anymore. And this should be something at least for Zenith. Can they finally get something in return for a fight? A tier 3 perhaps. Anything. I mean, they keep sometimes taking these fights, but they don't get anything in return for it.
It's unlikely to get a tier 3, but tier 2 mid maybe. Is very
oh yeah, I meant tier 2.
probable.
Section.
Yeah, tier 2. It was a really good fight still. They got a triple kill on Ice Ice Ice, which is really crucial for him. And they also retrieved the gem. I think it was theirs to begin with, so...
Yeah, it was Freedom's.
Yeah, it was, exactly. It was theirs to begin with, and they get Roche out of this. Which is even better than a tier 2, because getting the Aegis up on Ice 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 right now is really important.
Yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, really super important. And yeah, this is a really good trade for them.
Yeah, actually, that swarm where the... Tutu went for a swarm for the creep wave, found himself some heroes as well in the Roche pit, but the Aegis will picked up by Ice Ice Ice. No surprise
And
there.
Now.
Yeah, Freedom will probably hold it until he can give it to Ice 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 though. Nicely
Either
done.
Ice 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 or Yamate.
Yeah, Zenith, no, not yet out of this for sure. And now, especially not with and the Rapier and the Divine Aegis. I mean, Divine Rapier and an Aegis.
Yeah, that's and Cheese, of course. If they do give it to Yamate, Ice 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 after all, it's basically 3 lives for him. Does he have buyback? That's the question. No,
Nope.
He does not have buyback. But I guess if he dies right now, it's over anyway. So why save for buyback?
Very
And
true.
he's going for the Satanic. Good item choice.
No surprise indeed. Looking just for the Helm of the Dominator. Didn't pick that up first, which you might expect, considering it has some lifesteal. But just
True,
wants
but I
out
guess he just wants
survivability.
to draw HP.
Yeah.
He just wants to draw HP. And oh, Daedalus now up on the DK. It's not looking good.
Yeah, Daedalus on DK, Daedalus on the Weaver, that's a lot of damage. And they don't have an Assault Grass on Zenith's team, do they? Nope. They might be wanting that one just for that extra armor, because when you have yourself a Weaver against you with the Swarm, I mean, you just need that extra armor to be able to survive.
Yeah, and the extra, well, not extra minus armor, but the minus armor for
Yeah.
DK takedown. He's really tanky. He has 24 armor, so he's really, really tanky. Having AC up is would be really nice, but to be fair, the only one that could actually purchase is Ice Ice, and I think the Satanic at this point is more
Yeah,
important. For
I
him.
agree with that one. Smoke up for Vici Gaming. They're looking for a pickup, looking for a fight. We'll be finding it on the high ground if they're not careful.
Finding Courier. maybe.
Courier. Yeah, Courier. Make sure that everybody knows where they is. Look at that. It's gonna be Vici Gaming knowing where they are.
Are they going to fight this? That's the question.
Dire's middle tower.
Tower still goes down. Gyrocopter will do that. Zenith, do they really want to fight this? It could be their last one if they fail. Even with that Aegis. Hex.
Oh, there's a Hex.
Up on the Juggernaut, here comes the shards, there goes the Dragonite, turns on his BKB, BKB's all around, and look at people just melting! Look at people just melting, this dragon is insane! That's gonna be Ice Ice Ice, the last one alive, he drops a rapier, that's GG! And
It
oh my
definitely is.
god! BKBs for everybody, Omni Slashes, and tons of splash damage coming off from this Dragonite. I'm thinking he got some very nice crits. Look at that damage, it's just insane.
Radiant's courier.
It really was. Oh, and even the Radiant Courier
they
falls,
get-
so
Oh, Gato still as well. Poor
worst
guy.
case scenario, basically.
Radiant's
This was really just horrendous. They couldn't really get the lockdown on any of these heroes, and the BKB is just proven to be too strong. And of course, the Omni Slash is all bounced only on the heroes, and there was the splash damage, as you mentioned, so just too much damage coming out. And I'm surprised Zenith hasn't called the GG yet, because without the Rapier, how are they ever going to kill this Dragonite?
Well, they have hope. They only have to kill the Weaver and then they have the Rapier back. But maybe they just want to let Vici Gaming enjoy their victory, which is of course also something that is nice.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, and Vici Gaming definitely deserved this one. Both games they played really convincingly and
Yes.
really stable as well. So looks like they're going to be in the grand finals. Of course, well, maybe the Zenith is going to make a comeback. Who knows? Last time we called a premature GG,
True.
we still had 30 minutes of games.
Yep.
Game time.
Yep.
So
And it
yeah.
happened. But this time Vici Gaming, I mean, the only way to get back from this is if they build another Rapier. But Ice 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 is very far away from that, and Vici Gaming is just picking up the creep wave on the top lane. And will be pushing it back and just try to go high ground again. I mean, they don't have an Aegis, but they do have a Rapier, and they just saw their power. Like, you know, I mean, that Dragonite just blown everybody away. Blew everybody away, even.
Yeah, the Daedalus doing his work. Just so much damage coming out from him. And he is even going to pick up a second Chrysalis. Just to have even more damage coming out from him.
Because he can.
Oh yeah.
Does he have inventory space? Okay, he can sell his drums.
Yeah, he's yeah, exactly. He's just gonna sell his drums.
Or Shadow Blade. Nah, he wants to have a Shadow Blade.
Ah. At some point, he's going to sell the Shadow Blade or for some bigger damage item, I guess.
Yeah.
What is there that he could purchase? A Divine for himself?
I don't think he has enough gold for that one. By the way, this
Not
Dragon
yet.
Knight has he's just gonna finish up his deadlist. This Dragon Knight has about double the amount of net worth as the Darkseer has, which is the highest net worth on Zenith.
That is really impressive. And oh, Zenith, they're smoking. Last attempt, I guess.
Probably.
And there it is, the Daedalus.
Yeah.
How is this guy so filthy rich, really?
Well, he didn't
really
have
impressive.
that great of an early game on the mid
Exactly.
lane, but he has been in 20 out of the 33 kills. Wait a second from the light side. Here comes the Hex. There's the silence as well, but the light strike array from ZSMJ helping out. BKB's turned on. ZSMJ will end up dying first. Can they take down the Dragon Knight? Yes, they can. In comes the Omni Slash. Gyro or Weaver coming in. Hello, Weaver. Hey, Tutu. Ice. Look at him melt down. There he goes. Freedom will be next. 2 hits is all that Tutu needs. Looking for XY, and that is gonna be one of the last 2 remaining heroes up on Zenith. The last one being the Puck. And he jumps himself to high ground.
Call me crazy, but this was actually not that bad of a fight for Zenith, I gotta say.
Yep.
It looked to be promising when they took down the DK and the Lina, but then just clean up crew.
And then
in
their
terms
own rapier killed them up. Yeah, killed them off.
Exactly.
I mean, it didn't look promising for Zenith, but it didn't look as bad as it could have been if the Dragon Knight was still alive. Didn't look as bad as the
Yeah.
previous fight.
True. But it just goes to show how much they have to invest to actually bring down the Dragon Knight. They used almost all their spells. I think the only spell they didn't use for him was a call down, which was dropped for the Weaver, but he just took no damage from that, so... Oh well, Zenith. I gotta say, respect for them to still keep on playing, even though they're... I think most teams would have called GG after they lost the Rapier, but Zenith just keeps on fighting.
I agree. I have to say though, I mean, you said it earlier, they have, like we've seen, 100% loss rate with IO today. And the IO is really not... Oh, no, they see where he is. The IO really not having a good run here, and...
Oh,
Wait, by
Yamate,
Puck.
he said.
Oh, nice disruption, or phase shift, nice phase shift. Blinks himself away. He's actually still alive. Nice disjoint. But how long will it last is the question. But yeah, IO still getting picked up here. I mean, we've seen DK being very effective with it, so maybe that's why we see it so much now. Because people want to see if they can be as effective with it as DK can be. But I'm not sure if they're aggressive enough, although it's just being the other team still has an aggressive lineup.
Yeah, it's also just the other teams just knowing how to handle this Wisp pickup in general. They're just making a really good effort in trying to just stay grouped up and not giving...
Whoa, BKBs for everybody. Ice. He tries to run, but down he goes again. How many slashes? Don't do that much. Ghost Scepter will be there for freedom. Ice also jumps himself away, but in the meantime, Dragon Knight gets himself a double kill. Kills off the Darkseer, and only way he's gonna find more kills if he finds people outside of their base, which might be the case for Yamate here. Here comes a snowball. They're looking for Tutu. Tutu gets punched. They really want to have the Rapier. Actually, Rapier goes down, but gets picked up by nobody, by the courier. No, it's just standing there.
Apparently the courier can't pick it up, but yeah.
Radiant's middle tower has
GG is called.
Yeah, GG is called. That's gonna be Vici Gaming upsetting Zenith in a 2-0 victory. And Vici making it on to the grand finals where we play tomorrow. We're still gonna see Zenith tomorrow as well, though, in the 3rd place decider. And if you want to know who they're up against, I will tell you after this game is over, so we don't have too much spoilers inside the game. In case people switch to draft. Didn't see the draft, which is sometimes the case. Skim, do you have any shoutouts or plugins?
No shoutouts, but plugins. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch, both with the tag SheeverGaming.
Okay, we're gonna see if there's gonna be some Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament going on right now, or if we are gonna have a break until 12. Depends on how far the games are in for the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. So stick around, and we'll find out, and we'll be right back.